Hello there everyone, my name is Miranda, and a couple weeks back I asked you guys to submit some questions down below in the comments for my first ever Q&A video. And yeah, now the time has come for me to answer those questions that you left, so let's see what you guys wanted to know about me. The most overrated. I guess as a series, as a whole, I don't know if that will count, but just the Divergent series, because I really don't like the last two books in that series, and I feel like they're so overhyped, but everyone seems to think like this series is so different and so unique and everything, and it's not really. I do love Divergent, but I just feel like the next two books kind of ruin the whole series for me, so when someone says like this is the best series ever, I have to be like, do you mean the series or just the first book? Because the first book I can wholly get behind, but the next two books, yeah, so I have to go with just the series as a whole, because when people try and say that it's this new great thing, I'm just like, ooh, this is really interesting. Okay, obviously my one author would definitely have to be J.K. Rowling. I mean, she's my favorite author, and just to have the chance to talk to her and see what a normal day is like for her, ask her about Harry Potter or any of her other series, that would make my entire life like just highlight right there. And then for the two characters, there's so many characters I love though. Why are you making me choose two? I would definitely pick... Oh gosh, this is so hard. I guess I would go, weirdly enough, they're from the same book, but I would go with Sydney Sage from Bloodlines and Adrian Ivanshkov from the same series, because I just feel like those two together would be really interesting. But I'd kind of maybe want to meet with them separate so they weren't just making out the entire time I'm trying to talk to them, but I feel like they're both really interesting, and I feel like Sydney could be my best friend, so we'll see how that goes in my fictional universe. This is a case-by-case basis. Sometimes I like to have music on if I'm in my room or if I'm home alone, but when someone else is in the room when I'm reading, I don't like to put earbuds in and listen to music, because I just want the music as background noise. I don't want it like directly in my ear. I do listen to music when I'm reading. I listen mostly to the top 40 hits. That's just usually what strikes my fancy. I'm not really one of those people who thinks like one particular genre of music is better than the other. It's just the song I like is the song I like. There is one singer whose songs I will always like, and that's Taylor Swift. So chances are you can find me playing Taylor Swift. Like I said, a case-by-case basis. Sometimes I like to have music, sometimes I want to be fully invested in the story, so I don't want the background music. Oh, I definitely prefer to stay up late reading. I hate getting up early in the morning, and I'm one of those people who I'll start a book at like 9 o'clock at night, and I'll be like, okay, I'll read till 11, then I'll go to bed and I can get up and read more tomorrow. And then it's like you get to a good part and you're like, okay, I can stay up till 11:30. That's not bad. And then somehow I look up and it's 1 in the morning and the book's already almost finished, so I'm like, oh well, might as well stay up an extra 30 minutes and finish the book. And then I go to bed at like 2 in the morning, completely tired and completely in like a zombie state, but having finished the books. I mean, I'm one of those people. I read Eclipse, the third Twilight book, in 12 hours. I bought it at 11 o'clock that morning at Borders, and then I stayed up till 11 o'clock at night finishing it. So it's just one of those things. I'm not someone who can put a book down if I'm really invested in it, even if I'm halfway falling asleep. But if it's a good book, I'll stay up for it. If it's not, I'm just like, time for bed, Miranda, time for bed. I hate love triangles, and I know you pointed out that I hate love triangles. There's just no love triangle that I feel is worth it in the story, even good ones, which I don't honestly feel there's good ones. I will say though, and this is the only time you're going to hear me say something good about love triangles, I feel like the love triangle in Clockwork Princess between Will, Tessa, and Jem, that was a very different love triangle. I like how it ended because it was different than any other love triangle I had ever read. Still didn't think it was worth the story. I feel like they could have just had Tessa with one of the boys and not both of them. But I will admit that that was a pretty good love triangle, and I've seen people copying the idea now, so now it's getting less and less, but that was the original first time I'd ever seen a love triangle that ended like that, so I have to give props to Cassandra Clare for ending it like that. That was really, really good, even though just get rid of the love triangles, Cassandra. You're so much better than them. Oh, this is a really good question. I would say lots of patience, because if you're like me, I started out not knowing anyone except one person on YouTube, and they weren't someone that was really popular either, so I was kind of the only person trying to get my videos out there so people would actually see them. So my advice to you would, don't be afraid to pester and bug people's channels and be like, hey, will you check out my channel? Just chances are they will. People now ask me to check out their channels, which is what I did to like every single other person's channel. And that's how I actually started meeting people on BookTube, was I would be like, will you check out my channel? And then they did, and they messaged me and were like, hey, I really like your channel. And then we started talking, and that's how you meet more people and get the connections and find more channels that you'll love. Definitely don't be afraid to shamelessly self-promote yourself, because I was really like embarrassed by it at the beginning, but that's the only way that you're really going to get yourself out there. And also my advice is just be genuine. Don't pretend to love something just because you feel like everyone else loves it and you should, and don't like shamelessly hate on something just to be a hater. Like, be nice about it. I can't believe I just said hater. Be nice about it, but be genuine. Like, if you honestly don't like a book that everyone else loves, nicely explain why you don't. Like, there have been times where I hate things that people love, and I just go and explain why I hate it, and people are like, okay, I can see your opinion. The other thing though too is when you do trailer reactions or TV show reactions, make sure it's an actual reaction, because people get very particular, like almost like reaction police come out and are like, this is a review, not a reaction, if you don't like physically have the TV or iPad in front of your face as you're saying things. So I've done that a couple of times where I'm like, oh, look at this reaction, and someone's like, this is a review, not a reaction, which makes me laugh, because it's like, isn't really that big of a difference. But that's my warning to you. Make sure your reactions are literally reactions, and just have fun with it, honestly. I mean, don't take it too seriously. Don't be so worried about subscribers or anything. Just meet people, share your book loves, watch people that you like. It's a fun thing to do, so don't get all crazy and hyper about it. Just enjoy yourself. Why would you make me have this oh my gosh, this is so hard. Right now, I'm in kind of a reading slump, honestly, so I would go with only being able to watch the Marvel and DC movies and TV shows, just because I haven't read any really good books lately. Like, if I was reading so many fantastic books, I would be like, you know what, they're just like a movie in my head, I'll do that. But right now, I'm so obsessed with the Marvel and DC things that I guess I'll go with that. Can I like trade off every year? Like, one year you can only watch movies, but then the next year you can only read books? Because I could, no, I couldn't do that either, actually. No, I didn't see it. I was planning on seeing it. I really was. If you watch my trailer reaction, I was like, I'm still gonna go see it. And then one day, me and my friend went at the movies. I don't even know what we were going to see. What were we going to see? They showed a trailer for Insurgent, and I just looked at her and I was like, is it bad that I don't want to see this? Because like, literally, there's not even like curiosity factor just to see how bad it was. I have zero interest in seeing those movies anymore. And she goes, yeah, I don't really want to either, but I was scared to tell you. And I was like, yeah, they just, and so we just kind of simultaneously agreed that no, we're not gonna go see these movies anymore. So we're probably not gonna go see Allegiant either, but I'll still watch the trailer and judge it, of course. But that's how it went for us. We were just like, we would rather stay home and watch Netflix. This one's from Jess the Booktuber. You guys should all go check out her channel. I love her channel so much. She's so nice. I'll leave her channel in the link down below in the description box, and you all go subscribe to her. Go do it, because she's awesome. Anyway, as for her question, there's not really any genre of books that I purposely try and avoid. I feel like every genre has books that are good and books that are bad, so as long as you're willing to give every single one a chance, you gotta take the good with the bad and not let it disappoint you. I guess I want to say like romance books I don't read a lot, but I'm actually reading a romance book right now. It's like my love for new adult has slowly started to turn to romance, but I guess I don't try and avoid it, but like I don't really read like the bodice ripping, six-pack glistening romance books, you know, stuff like that you see, the little tiny books. But I'm reading one right now, so I feel like that's a lie to say. No, it feels more new adult, I will say, than romance. I guess I don't really read horror books because I'm a big scaredy cat, so I don't like things like that. And it's not because they're bad or because I purposely avoided them. It's just I've never intentionally gone seeking a horror book out, and I've never heard a horror book that's like really good. I've read like one Stephen King book, and it wasn't even one of those scary ones. It was more like a psychological one. So there's not really a genre that I avoid purposely, like I said, but there's genres that I don't read as much as other ones. And the genre that I've always been disappointed about, I don't know if it's really a genre or like a trope more, but time travel. I've only read like one really good time travel book, and it's Time After Time by Tamara Lynn Weber. I have book reviews for those, I'll leave those in the description, but that's really the only good time travel books I read, because usually people just blow it with time travel. They make it too confusing and too not enough character development and all focused on the sci-fi, and I don't like that. So that's my convoluted answer in a way, I guess. My favorite author, J.K. Rowling, is who I want to say. I have multiple favorite authors. I really like John Green. I feel like the people that I like as authors are also really good people as just people, like aside from writing good books. So I like J.K. Rowling. She's really amazing with donating to charity and everything. She's actually, I remember reading, the first person ever, or maybe just in London, I feel like it was ever, to lessen herself from a billionaire down to a millionaire because she donated so much money to charities and stuff like that. So I think she's a really amazing, awesome person, and she just seems really intelligent and really fun to talk to, and she seems to really understand the world because she was in such a low place before writing Harry Potter. So I really, really like her. I feel like she's such a great person. And then of course John Green also has his charity. He does the Nerd Fighters, and he just seems really appreciative of his fans and everything. So I really like when they're as nice of people as they are with writing books. So those are definitely my two favorite authors right now. But then also Audrey Hepburn is a big inspiration of mine. She's my favorite movie actress. And Audrey Hepburn, I started liking her after I watched Breakfast at Tiffany's a couple years ago. And then I started reading, because you know I have to read everything, biographies about her, and she lived such an amazing life. She triumphed over such bad conditions. She grew up during one of the world wars. She had to leave her home. She really never saw her father. She had a bunch of eating body disorders her basically entire life. And then even as she became this rich, famous, and popular movie actress, she decided to give it all up just to be a mother and be with her family. And then in the final years of her life, she really turned to giving back into charity. And she ran these charities, and it wasn't like she was just donating money. She was actually out there helping the people in Africa. She's just an amazing personality for me, and an amazing person to think that she had it all, and the biggest thing to her was making sure her family was okay and having some way to give back to other people. Alright everyone, that about does it for the Q&A. Thank you guys all so much who submitted questions. I'm sorry if I didn't get to all of them. There were some that I wasn't sure I had good answers for, so I had to skip them. I keep hitting the back. And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and would like to see more Q&A videos in the possible near future. I wonder what I should do my next Q&A video for. We think 1500's too soon? Should I wait to 2000? I might be waiting a long time though if I wait till 2000. So anyway, well, I figured that all out. Yeah, subscribe here, like, you know what to do, comment down below. You got this, guys. So thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!